Have you ever had a close relative or friend with a strong dependence on the use of marijuana? Did their chronic use lead to negative health effects and/or experimentation with other illegal drugs? Unfortunately, I've had the unpleasant experience of witnessing a close family relative suffer tremendously from prolonged use of marijuana. For my particular loved one, what started out as a small temptation at a college party to try marijuana eventually led to extended use, experimentation with other harmful drugs, and ultimately hospitalization. My relative frequently is in and out of the hospital, receiving treatment for a multitude of health issues as a result of lifelong drug abuse. Like my relative, far too many choose to experiment with marijuana each and every day, and research shows that numerous negative side effects exist from use of the legal drug. Research from institutions or organizations such as the National Institute of Drug Abuse, Yale University, and PLOS One provide overwhelming evidence of the potential life-threatening side effects associated with marijuana. A few side effects include impairment of short-term memory, attention, judgment, and other cognitive functions. It increases heart rate, can lead to addiction, increased risk of chronic cough, bronchitis, and emphysema. It also increases the risk of cancer of the head, neck, and lungs. Marijuana is an extremely harmful and dangerous illegal drug. It's important for all people to fully understand exactly why it is unsafe and to spread this message. Today I will outline the harmful and dangerous effects of marijuana, why people should choose not to use it, and the importance of spreading awareness to others. Marijuana is a serious problem in the United States of America. Its numerous negative side effects are reason enough to stop using or never indulge this drug. Before diving into the specific bodily consequences of choosing to use, it's necessary to answer the number one question advocates of the drug always seem to point out in support of its use. Is marijuana scientifically addictive? Research actually shows that using marijuana can indeed become physically addictive, which is evident from the withdrawal symptoms associated with quitting. In 2012, ABC News released a study from the Australian journal PLOS One, which found withdrawal symptoms can be severe enough to interfere with life functioning. People who tried to quit pot reported feeling moody, tense, anxious, and nervous. It was also common for respondents to cite a loss of appetite, difficulty sitting still, and insomnia. As a part of the study, scientists asked a group of chronic users to stop cold for 2 weeks. The participants reported feeling irritable, restless, and found it difficult to sleep. These adverse side effects are supported by countless other studies. As you can see from the chart produced by the National Institute of Drug Abuse, the percentage of those of marijuana dependents are way more susceptible to mood and anxiety disorders than those of the general population. So what exactly is a specific scientific explanation for all the destructive effects of marijuana use? What causes a chronic user to report feeling irritable, restless, and experience overall lower life satisfaction and poorer health? Upon inhaling marijuana, THC, which is the active ingredient in the drug, is immediately transported from the respiratory system to the circulatory system and enters the blood. The blood then sends it to the brain and throughout the entire body. The National Institute on Drug Abuse states that THC affects the nerve cells and part of the brain where memories are formed. This makes it hard for the user to recall recent events, such as what happened a few minutes ago. It is hard to learn while under the influence of marijuana. A working short-term memory is required for learning and performing tasks that call for more than 1 or 2 steps. THC contact with the human brain is extremely dangerous and should be avoided, especially for young teenagers considering experimenting with this drug. In a decades-long study of more than 1,000 New Zealanders, researchers even found that teenagers who frequently smoke marijuana may be setting themselves up for declines in intelligence and mental functions that persist well into adulthood. Adolescents who use marijuana at least 4 days per week, lost an average of 8 IQ points between the ages of 13 and 38. A pattern not seen among people who begin smoking heavily only in adulthood. These studies are proving time and time again the harmful effects do indeed exist when smoking marijuana. Its use is in no way completely safe for your body, as proponents of the drug often proclaim. Aside from the side effects we've discussed thus far, it's important that we also examine another extremely harmful characteristic of marijuana. Labeled by many as a gateway drug, marijuana can lead users to try other illegal drugs to achieve the same high. When its euphoric effects begin to fade, users are often tempted to turn to other more potent drugs to achieve that same high. A team of researchers from the United States and Australia found that the age when a person begins to smoke marijuana has a significant influence on whether they will develop problems with drugs and alcohol later in life, independent of his or her genetic and family background. In a large study of Australian twins, the researchers found that those who used marijuana before age 17 were 2 to 5 times more likely to use other drugs or to develop alcohol or drug abuse or dependence. Lead author T. Linsky, PhD assistant professor of psychiatry at Washington University of Medicine in St. Louis concluded there's a fairly long history of research showing that early cannabis or marijuana use is associated with increased risk for later use of so-called hard drugs. But that research is based on the fact that most heroin and cocaine users report first having used cannabis. By studying twins, the researchers were able to compare pairs of individuals of the same age, same family background, and in the case of identical twins, individuals with the exact same genes. The twins differed in one important respect. One had chosen to begin using cannabis, 417, and the other had not. This study, along with various others, are discovering that those who choose to regularly consume marijuana are at higher risk of trying other drugs, which causes even further harm to their bodies and their surrounding family and friends. Today we've outlined a wide array of damaging side effects from choosing marijuana. Whether it be the impairment of mental and cognitive functions, the feeling of anxiety, nervousness, or even irritability, there's no doubt consuming this illegal drug will increase health concerns for its users. Marijuana is also classified as a gateway drug because its addictive properties have been found to often lead users to experiment with other drugs, prescription or non-prescription, later on in their lives. If you currently use this illegal drug, I challenge you to try 2 weeks without consuming it. Attempting to quit any drug will produce withdrawals, which you will find extremely uncomfortable and difficult to overcome, but I'm confident you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. That is the life that's yours to live without the interruption of marijuana usage. Watch as your health increases, and the relationships with those around you become more real and personal than you could ever imagine. And for those like me that may have loved ones that are currently or have been hooked on marijuana, I urge you to do everything you can to help them stop. Do your research, discuss the negative side effects and statistics from the studies we referred to today. Do not just stand by and let their prolonged use continue. You have an opportunity to seize the moment and help a beloved family or friend make the decision to return to the life marijuana has deprived them of. Whatever your particular circumstance, the choice is yours. Thank you all very much and have a wonderful day.